Yo, 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 what's going on? I am back. Nothing has really happened before the stream started, so I'm happy about that, I guess. Just remember, guys, we are still bullish as long as we hold this area. Um, we actually had a higher open today, as ugly as that looks. We opened right here. Then we fell, came back up, rejected. So you're looking at potential bearish setups towards this area, but you're like so close, it's not worth. But really good bounce trades can still happen from here. If you see a breakdown of this level, there's a good chance that we are going to start seeing stronger pullbacks. But this is already a good initial start for sellers. They just need to break something lower. But buyers have still control over this area still, as ugly as it can look today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry I started the stream late. I didn't miss much, though, so we're okay. But this is what the chart looks like. This is the very basics of it. We're relying on a very basic game plan again. It's really not that difficult. You just got to be patient, which is probably the whole difficulty of it. I'll be honest though, I don't think I'm going to trade today. All the swings we did the past few weeks, I am chilling. I will probably try to find a swing though, but to be honest with you, I don't know at the same time, because if we look at the weekly news, today, an hour after open, we have, in 11 minutes, we have oil data, which is not the craziest news, but it could be. I'll have to see what that looks like. But the big news this week is on Friday. So I could see today and tomorrow being like a little bit more boring, just because they could be in anticipation of Friday's data. But I don't want to sit here and be like, oh my God, the whole market's waiting on this. They are, but I don't want to sit here and act like that's the only thing that can move the market. You know, that'll freak everybody out. But I do believe that has a big impact this week in terms of data coming out. But yep, that's my take. I can't stop fucking yawning. I didn't sleep that well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you guys are getting in here, be sure to drop a like, share the stream link around, all that good shit. All that good stuff. Man, the chess drama is getting crazy. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Michael, Alexis, Gary, Garden, and then user TRSRG1XG9E. Good morning. What's everyone up to? What are you guys looking at? What are we looking for? Are you closing anything out? Are you jumping into anything? Are you at work? Are you chilling? You not at work? God, I can't stop yawning, dude. What's everyone up to, though? Feel free to share. I'm waiting for a particular person, by the way. But I do want to bring in like one person here and there and do like little one-on-ones with them live on the live stream. So I'll be doing that, but just wait before you start asking me, because I do have one person I want to do it with, but I'm waiting for them. So we'll start with them and then we'll move on and work with other people. Home watching, nice. What's the weather like? At work watching Spy. You're a true legend, Garden, let me tell you. It is a little weird that we're seeing. You could almost put like a second arrow right here. Second set of arrows. This level's very important. It's hard to be like, yeah, guys, you can short from here to here. It's like really hard to look at that. But there is a bearish setup rejecting that level, so there's a big chance they are trying to go towards this level to maybe touch it, maybe break it. Who knows? But bears have control from open. Remember, guys, it's good to have context. We are bearish from open, but we're still looking to break this very bullish area. So keep that in mind. Why are all my hotkeys popping up on the screen? I need to start looking at that page more, Gary. I'm glad you brought. Are you talking about Chuck, or are you talking about the like super small page that no one follows, that has like some super cool candlestick post? Are you talking about him or Chuck? Windy Cool? We love the Windy Cool. What's the word? What's the word? Oh, that page. Yeah, that page is kind of slept on. But yeah, that page has some cool ass posts, man. Oh, dude, I was gonna investigate this page. There are some crazy AI pages I've been finding recently. Insane. 304 followers. They post charts that any BB trader should be taking advantage of, I'll be honest. I should start looking at this page more. I'll be honest with you, though. I just don't like taking play. Like, I know it's not even considered to be, oh, I'm taking this from him. But I don't even like to do even just a little bit of it. They're all dead. He even talks like I do. Okay, I'll be honest. Some of that part looks like it's AI. Like these all look like the second half of that looks like it's AI typed it. But he literally talks like I do too. Like first candle, you need to have like a strong bearish move down. Could even have a lower open just to kind of give you that extra effect. Second candle, it doesn't have to have a gap down, but it does definitely help because if you have like a gap down small body candle, and look, he even says small bodied candle. It does give you an indecisive candle, which is what you need. You need a 50-50 candle after a bearish candle, and then you get that gap up, strong bullish recovery, and you get that buyer gain control. Like he covers patterns exactly how I talk about them. Very basic, very like childish vocabulary. It's not like we're using big words to sound smart, which it amazes me how many people do that. But yeah, this page is pretty legit. I don't like his bullish Harami post. Bullish Haramis freak people out because they're just inside bars. But with the name bullish, it makes you think, oh, it has to go up. Like, no. There are going to be times where we all know how an inside bar works. Where it breaks down. It's not always bullish. You know it's a bullish Harami when the next candle is green, but by that time, some of the move has already happened. You're looking for the extent of that move to continue. By the way, the bearish move did continue. We are breaking down under 670.23. We're looking for a bigger breakdown under both levels, but we did talk about the short-term game plan of kind of understanding that if we do break this level, we can go down early. This is a good early seller sign. You don't want to just take this breaking by itself. But good initial sign. Can anyone tell me what candlesticks have appeared here? I know you can't see that. But what candlesticks appeared here for the seller breakdown to really give us that confidence? Not only were there some lower highs sitting right here, and we still have them, but what other struggle did we see here or weakness in candlestick patterns did we see to tell us, hey, this could be rejecting for a move down towards the level we're looking for a test? And I know this isn't like the craziest of moves, but the fundamentals of this is very important. I just woke you, stayed up late. Bro, I woke up late too because of us. I didn't want to tell a stream, but yeah, we played Battlefield 6 way too late. For a Tuesday night. But that just shows how much fun we were having, man. I appreciate you and Andrew, man. I haven't played with anybody in 65 levels. So I do appreciate you guys. Plus, Maddie, it's really fun playing with you and Andrew because I've already talked to y'all both before, but it was kind of dope that you both knew how to fly, for one. But two, it was just fun. Me, Maddie, Ice, and Andrew are secretly like the world's greatest Battlefield 6 squad. Don't even need a fourth player. Up 50% on IWM paper trade after. Just using it for alerts, then charting to see what happens. That's what I would do for a while. I would purely backtest that page. What's up, everyone? What's up, Devontae? All right, guys. I didn't see anyone answer my question. To be fair, though, I think we're all just having a good time. But the weakness here, not only to pair with the breakdown of today's open, the breakdown of 671.49, but the wicks on top here. You could almost see this as like a tweezer top. But in reality, you just have two bearish hammers rejecting. And you have lower highs. So, should you be looking for a trade between here and here? Probably not. But I still wanted to go over it because it was a very feasible idea. So if there is anybody in here who did short this short term, you're not crazy. But just to talk to everybody now, we did break under this area, which is the area we've been bullish above for multiple days. So if this breaks like it has now and maintains breaking, we should see pretty big dumps today. We have two targets towards 668.40 and 668.80, guys. This might not be that boring of a day, actually. We're getting a very single directional seller confirmation here today. I'll even leave that third target on the bottom of my screen just in case. Out of your IWM paper for like 130%? Jesus Christ. Part of me wishes that was a real trade now. Very, very sick rep, though. I'm assuming when you traded IWM, you did a breakdown of pretty similar to this, actually. Why can't I zoom in? There we go. But you could see they had the same look just a lot earlier. They broke today's open. A little bit of weakness after the break of open. A bearish hammer appeared after the break of today's open. Under today's open right there. And then just an open range breakout. There were a lot of early signs to understand, hey, I need to flip to seller positions. And you could see we were already talking about that in the very beginning of my stream just because I started it late, but I also just want everybody to understand that there are some early seller signs kind of saying, hey, we might have some more red candles appear. Let's see how far down we can go. That is a bad break, though, for the buyers. If we remain under the 669.49, we should continue down today. I can't tell you how important that highlighted area is. If you've been paying attention and been with me the past few weeks, you understand how some of these highlighted areas can be. I've seen some of the craziest dips hold these past few months, guys. This is a good breakdown so far, though. I'm not going to sit here and give myself bullish bias and kind of freak people out. This is breaking down right now. A continuation under this, like seeing like another pull up and then another rejection here, would be another really good potential chance at getting into this for more downside. But you'll have to see if you're somebody who's just sitting on the sideline right now. I like to speak from both POVs, by the way, because I don't like to call you guys out. If there's someone in here who's trading, I'll be going over the chart as if you are trading it. And I also like to cover the chart in case you're someone who's here sitting, just kind of watching it, waiting to get into a new trade. Because there's two different mindsets in that. If you're someone who's already in a trade and you hear me say, it could stop and reverse here, like it's going to freak you out. So I like to bring up both POVs just so you guys aren't like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This guy's trying to fear-monger me out of my position. I'm ready to play again, Maddie, if you're down today. I don't know about Andrew. Two trades actually from current day open to PDL, then PDL to first target. Oh, okay, so you did like each little trade in between each level. No, that's good. That's good. What you should try to do, you probably didn't like say it beforehand because you probably didn't know it was going to dump like that. But you should try to take one trade that has like 2 contracts for your reps now because you've gotten a lot of reps. You should get reps now where you have like, pretend you have 2 contracts or 3 even. Try to take 2 or 1 of them. All but one is what I'm trying to say. Try to take all but one at the first target. And then try to have your last runner, kind of like what I've been doing with my swings. Try to see if you can make that runner run. And if you can't, then maintenance it, cut it. But you should try to do that because you kind of just did that with that right there. 2 separate trades themselves, but they could have been part of one. So I think that's something you should try to aim for so you can squeeze some more juice out of your winners. And for you people that suck at cutting losses, you need to start preparing better. If you sit here and you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm going to get into a trade, you have no importance behind any levels because you didn't prepare. So you don't have any, oh, if this breaks, I need to get out. You don't have that priority. 50-50 candle popping up under 669.49. If this next candle is red and makes a new low, or if any of the next few candles make a new low, it will confirm that that candle is just exhaustion before more bears. Keep that in mind. The candle that is under the 669.49 is a 50-50 candle, but we did close under, so bears do have a little bit more favor there. If we were to see a retake of this, I don't think I'd be shocked either. Staircase method, exactly. Stair step. I love when you guys say that shit because that's like one of the first things I ever came up with as a trader who was trying to explain things to other people. I really like that was one of the very first things I ever came up with on my own. Because it was a really dumbed down way of thinking about how to scale out, or you could even use it scaling in, but I don't like to talk about scaling in. I think scaling out's a lot more important. You suck at cutting losses. That's okay. Some of us suck at it. I've really only had one swing trade in the past few months, though, where I was like, damn, I should have cut that earlier. So I am happy about that. We've had 23 swing trades in the past couple months, and only one of them is like an actual loss where I was like, why the fuck did I hold that so long? TTD. Which is fucked up because it's funny how that chart just kept going up after we were out. But that is the only loss we've taken where I was like, fuck, why did I let that go so big? Because it was like a $50-something loss. Like per contract. I know when I say $50, it's like, oh, that's not much. But it's like, dude, that's just per contract. If you had 10 contracts, it's over $500. By the way, guys, thank you for showing up again, even though I started late. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream link around, and feel free to engage, interact, and whatever. I'm kind of just vibing right now. Something I've been working on these past couple months while I've been calling out more and more swings as time's gone on, is working on my main issue, and that's making sure I don't call out a shit ton of swings after I've done really good on some recent swings, just in short. And It's been working out very well. I know we all have our own little issues to work on. That's my little issue. I'm really bad at winning, and then I keep going. I keep trying to find more and more and more and more and more, and then it turns into losing some of those gains, sometimes even all of them. So I've been trying my best really, really hard to not call out every single day, but to not stop myself from posting when I do see something that needs to be posted. So I'm not scared to take losses, as you can see, but I do definitely want to pace myself differently. So if you've been joining me on my swings and you've been with me on those for the past couple months, I really do love you because that has been so much fucking fun. Even on the second part of results where it was like as bad as it could get, the win rate wasn't the craziest, we were still positive. I think our first list, our average win was like over 35%. On the second part, it's a little over 22.2%. So it's not like I have the craziest results, but we're consistent. Candlestick patterns at key levels, bro. Somebody fucking donate to this guy. He's spitting bars. Another win today. SPX 81% return, and then KD goes, thief! Oh, and by the way, I don't care much for the bullish Harambis either. I've watched them mostly. Looks like indecision. They're just inside bars. That's all they are. A lot of the time, it's just an inside bar. That's why they are 100% 50-50. Don't let those like definitions fool you. I'm pretty sure when me and Leland go over them too, like candlestick patterns, I don't even think we cover the Haramis anymore because we both know it's just an inside bar and that there is no bullish or bearish inside bar. You don't know that until that third session or that next session happens and it finishes and it's like, yeah, we're green. Yeah, we're red. And then it's like, okay, that is a bullish inside bar, but it's a day later. When you're finding it, you don't know that it's bullish or bearish. So that's the big thing with me with Haramis is it's like they're a little skewed. The information on them isn't the greatest. But inside bars, you know how they trade them? That rubric is sexy. Big struggle here trying to retake 669.50. We're not seeing it yet, but the more this struggles, it brings me to question if this does reject and go down again, is that going to be fuel for this going down a lot more? The longer we sit under that highlighted area, the more I have to think we will be pulling back more. I'm just glad to see this area finally get, like, broken. So if it gets retaken, we can start to trust it more, because they've held this area too well. This is the first time it's actually broken. This was the worst they had, was a wick. It's not even that bad. Watch for a bearish retest here, guys. If you enter right here, and this is early, like it ends up breaking and you're wrong, do not hold past those two wicks on these last two red candles. You could almost see that as like a very close stopping point for yourself. You have very close targets, by the way. Q's had a nice breakdown. I saw that on your IWM as well. A very clean breakdown. You got to remember, and this I always have to re-explain this too, because sometimes it's for myself, but you also got to remember, SPY is like a legit pie. It is mixed up of so many things. So like tech's down 0.78% just about. Why is that? That's because tech sectors are down mostly. All right? SPY isn't just tech. SPY has all of this, all the red, and it has all the green. So it's not going to be dumping as quickly if we have a tech dump, right? If we have a small caps dump, you're going to see a little bit on SPY and a lot on IWM. If we have an overall market dump, you're going to see that on SPY. If we have an overall market dump, you're going to see that on SPY. Well, all of them actually, but you'll finally see that effect on SPY as well. Anybody shorting this right now, or are you guys just chilling? Like I said, if you are going to short this here, do not hold past the top two wicks right there from the last two candles. But if you are shorting this, it's still holding very well. I had some weird dreams last night, but I can't remember them. Why did I just tag myself? That was weird. Yo, what's up, Maddie? How's your day looking, by the way? By the way, guys, first target is hitting, so you can trim some profits if you are shorting that little scalpable move there. For a continuation down, we're looking for a break of 668.38. I won't lie, though, ever since I've joined stream, since these candles, I have talked about how exhausted this chart looks from here, shorting it from here to here, and looking for a continuation under this level. There was no struggle there so far. It broke that whole area in one candle. Little bit of continuation into the next target. So definitely want to trim some profits off the table. I said I wasn't going to trade, and then I got a contract. So that was cool. Now we're looking for a continuation under 668.40. I'm going to probably chill, but I'm going to keep updating this as if I was trying to trade it. Just because I know not everyone caught that, so I don't want to fucking have anyone miss out on this next move. But I'm sorry, if you didn't jump in from here, you're literally just too lazy to trade, or you're still too fearful. Because I have been very bearish on how I've been covering this. So if you're missing out on this move right now, that is your fault. And you need to grow, you need to learn, and you need to take more time. Maybe it's just not your time yet. Don't need to rush things. You're in a runner? You're in a runner, oh. I took mine off for 14 points, chilling mostly today, boss, raining. Dude, if you want to play after I'm done streaming, I'm down, bro. I really like that you, me, and Andrew played too, because you have no clue how many people I've had tell me they wanted to play, and then they'll invite me, and they're like, yo, come play with my friend group. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to come play with like a fuck ton of people I don't know. I know Maddie and I know Andrew. Guys, I really hope some of you started shorting that with me. Don't regret not entering. Damn, look at D-Touch. All right, this alone has made my day. Life complete. Also, I wanted to point this out, but Woots was calling out like IWM a few times in here. I'm buying more bull. I fucking love you, Kevo. Good morning, Danak. Trying to fill that gap. Beautiful levels, Spicy Pepper. Beautiful levels. Why did K go up instead of L? What the hell? Oh. Bet. I'll let you know. I don't think I'll be streaming super late today like I have been. I have to do something later, but I'm down to play a little bit though if you're down. I'll message you on I'll tag you on that Discord. Yo, did you check out that guy, by the way? I sent the wrong video. Let me go find it and I'll send you the right one. After I was watching that video, I was like, fuck, this is the wrong one. It's the same channel, but wrong guy. Here it is. I'll link the right video. Yeah, definitely click on that last one I just sent. I think you'll sit there and you'll be like, I could do all that. That's the guy that's regarded as the best pilot in like Battlefield history, not just this game. But his shit's crazy, man. He looks like he's flying a plane in real life. That's how good he's flying it. I don't know how some gamers do it. And he's on PC, by the way. He's not controller. That's what made it even more impressive. Who is Mr. K Deep, by the way? Y'all's names are different now for me. But you're a mod, so you have to be D-Touch or someone. I've probably asked this before, but since y'all's names keep switching from the YouTube update bullshit, that has to be D-Touch. Oh, it is, okay. I was like, it isn't Dr. J, and this guy has mod. I've only given mod to like 3 of you, or 4 of you. D-Touch has had it since the beginning of time. 66840. I have to go look, because I genuinely don't remember. I don't remember. How did I get 66840? Oh, it's just this right here. I was like trying to look like it was some historical level, but it's literally just a level from yesterday. Towards the end of my stream yesterday, I talked about this level because I said normally I don't draw this level, but because we had so much room between here and here, I was like, I really need to draw this, you know? So I wanted to draw the higher low, but at the same, I'll be honest with you, this is my thought process. I was like, all right, let's draw the 50% of this level, or this candle here. Because I was like, this candle's pretty big, pretty important. I want to know where is this. Let me delete it now. And you can see that is the level I probably should have drawn. But I wanted to draw one a little bit closer. So I drew the meat of those, like that higher low on the left. Just like the start of it. And then it went up. So that's why I drew that. Just the higher low between these two levels. But in reality, I probably should have drawn the 50% of this candle because this is the context that opened higher, and this is what moved up for the first part of the day. So there's a part of me that wants to just mark the 50% of that first move up, but there's also a part of me that wants to mark the 50% of the entire move up. When in reality, I probably should be drawing both and then having like a zone between the two levels, if that makes sense. But to be honest with you, I just threw that on super quickly. But technically, that's how it should be done. So if we did it correctly, it should look like this. Which it does end up being about right there. So I guess me guessing was pretty good enough. And then here to here. So it pretty much ends up being the same look. And then this would be the area that we need to watch. I don't like to cover that stuff because I don't want to confuse people. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm so smart or anything. It's not about being smart. It's just, you guys already have a lot to remember. But this was like another small thing that we needed to add. This is very situational. You're not going to see us draw this kind of level every day. But because we had so much room from the gap up into the next area, the first target area, we had to find something that wasn't made up. Right? So I'm not going to go randomly draw levels there. But technically, this is how it should have looked. But yeah, not like our traditional emerging candle. It's not a traditional 50% level. It's not a traditional anything. So that's why I didn't want to like post it and then be like, guys, you should know you should have had this. I just posted it and made sure we had it on our chart. But I covered it at the end of my live stream yesterday because it's not our traditional sense or orthodox way of going about things. Good question, though. Sometimes you got to look at that. Let's do this. So you need to be aware of these kinds of things, and I'm not joking. Like, you all need to be doing this. But when I'm preparing my chart, right, I got all my levels ready. I'm looking at it and I'm going, all right. If we hold this, we should go up. If we go down and hold this, we should go up. If we go down under this and break this, we should go down, right? That's the like core basic thinking behind it. But what's beyond that? I look at this and I'm like, man, there's a lot of room between here and here. Let's find a level. 50%. There's a lot of room between here and here. I probably need to find something in between and make something make sense, right? I don't mean go and find some random information to make your shit look like it looks good. Find information that you could definitely add again, right? Is adding a 50% between an area that crazy? No, we do it all the time. So, I'm not breaking any of my rules, trying to find information that makes sense in the area that we're looking at. Because you don't want to just draw shit to make your chart look good. If you're doing that, accommodating your chart to kind of look how you want it to, then you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You need to find something that's consistent. I don't know what's more consistent than a pivot point or a 50% pivot. With that being said, candlestick pattern at support. We have a hammered candle on increased volume. Then again, we are below PDL. My big thing is the order in which you've done things, right? We had a slightly higher open. We've broken down. We've rejected. We've broken down again. I see this as just a literal test. So we're still bearish. From today's open and where we're at right now, we're still bearish. Right? To change that, I need to see a higher low and then something pick back above that. So I'm not talking about short-term bulls until I see a higher low of an impulse move. The first move that bounces is an impulse move. Same thing for going down, right? Like this one, this going down like this, you could have almost called that an impulse move in the opening candle because it was the first move. You want to catch the move of the first move, like this. Good weakness under the levels after the impulse move. Same thing with your building base high or low, buy the dip setups. You don't buy the low, you buy the low, the low of the low, the higher low. I know I'm saying low a lot, but so it's all about context. From open, we're definitely way bearish. Until I see something change that, I can't really change my opinion. Good job to anybody, though, who caught those quick moves into that level. I am very happy to see there were a few people here shorting with or without me. We'll see if we get more from that, but I'm already kind of happy with that. You got a bigger percentage than me, by the way, D-Touch. I only got like 28 as I entered late. Yes, exactly, D-Touch, exactly. That is exactly right. That's the exact way to think about it. That's a very good way to put it. I hope that helps someone else too, because that's a really good way of like dumbing it down. Like that's as simple as you could make that sound. How you said it right there. It's essentially just a super basic 40%. Can it go and do crazy things? Yes. Is it high probability that like something that you should take action on all the time? No. So it's good to be aware that it exists, but not good to take action on it too much. Though I do love my 40% results. I like when some of you just take an open range breakout. It just works. I love seeing that. But I also like for us to understand the risk behind that trade. Yes, I want them all to work for you. I don't want anyone's downfall. But at the same time, we do need to understand those are a little riskier. But that's what brings the reward. Some of your riskiest trades give your best reward. So it's a give and take. It's a very risky relationship. It's funny, too, because like these bulls are still not out of the water yet. They are still bumping their head against the top of the ceiling here. The popcorn ceiling is just above their hairs. If they were to get above 670.23, I would say that kind of resets things. But now you still need to look for a higher low. Not a bad start, though, by the buyers to get a little impulse move there. That gives them room. The bigger the impulse move, the more room they have. But this is still bearish, short term, until we see 670.23 pop. An obituary. Bravo DF2VH. He said, would you mind sharing how you got the 668, 37, 6804 zone? Perfectly bounced from there. Well, to start the stream, it was just this level. But I also wanted to go over how you could have had this whole area drawn, so I did that afterwards. So I'm not trying to, like, trick you, but we did have this level to start today. But I added this after because I wanted to show people a consistent method on why we thought to even have a level there at all and how an entire area could have looked there. But basically, it's just this like high or low right here. It's nothing that special. Also, the in-depth way just to kind of show you what the hell, just to show you how I got both. So, to start the day yesterday, we had a nice gap up. And then we had a green follow through, right? Not just this candle itself, but into the high in these first four candles. So part of me wanted to say, well, let's just draw 50% of that candle because that'll give us this level. And then that'll at least give us something to look forward to. Because if I'm looking at my chart how it is right there without this level, if I was to look for a breakdown like we did today of this level, is it smart for me to say, let's target 660, 682, guys? Let's look for a $3 drop. It's a little crazy, right? So that was the main reason why we're even looking for this information. So that's how we got one level. But how we got my level is I lazily just threw it up like this because I wanted to get the bottom of this movement because this is kind of where they pushed, settled, continued up. So I wanted to have that part marked. But to actually get it on your screen, you can go from the low to the high of that first move. And that's how we get about the bottom of that wick. And then I just highlighted it to kind of make it a little bit easier to look at. So to be honest with you, we only had 668.38 for the traders today. But I did want to go over a way on why we were even thinking to add that and what else could you have done. So I went a little bit more in depth than just what I had. Good question, though. Thank you for asking. We did literally just cover this, so you can also go back and hear me again. But that was essentially what I covered. And it wasn't that big of a deal, so I don't mind repeating it. The more important area is this right here, though. I want everyone to understand that. This is the most important area on your screen right now. 669.50 to 670.23. Much appreciated. No problem, man. Great question. And if I don't recognize you guys, it's not your fault. Like Bravo here. Like, your name's all fucked up because YouTube changed it. But thank you for the question. But also, sorry if I don't recognize some of you because y'all's names are all weird now. I'm bearish until PDL is broken in a disrespectful way. PDL was just disrespected. What a crazy way to put that. I'm only shorting this again if it gets disrespected hardcore. That's a good way to put it, though. They did disrespect it. I'm bearish until PDL is broken in a disrespectful way. That is actually so right, though. I better see the craziest bull over that level. Like I said, this could just be an impulse move that gets rejected, and then you look for a higher low. It could be a setup into just another lower high that's breaking down again. But we don't know either of those until a new low or new high is made either way, so. I did see IWM cooled down instead of triple Q. You want to see another area, Bravo, that's just been holding up like crazy? This area right here. Ever since they popped up here. And you know what's crazy? I had these areas marked before price gapped up. That was the crazy part. It wasn't that it held it so well. It was the fact that we had this before the week even started. Before the week started, we had a target here. This was our first target on the week. Second target on the week was this. And third was all-time high. We hit the first two targets in Monday of this week. Right here. We went through the first one, rushed to the second one, went over the second one, traded over the second one, held the second one, didn't quite make it to the third. These are supposed to be targets for the week. We hit them, 2 or 3 of them, almost 3 of them in the first 2 days of the week. It's crazy. So that stuff right there, that's context that you and me have that not maybe everybody's thinking about, right? So think about that for a second. If not everybody's using that, and we have that information, and we see that information get used, should we take advantage of it? Yes, you should. If you see this holding, buy the dip. If you see it breaking, take some quick short scalps to see if it gets some continuation on it. Not everybody's looking at a chart like this. Oops. Almost messed up my whole chart. I'm trying to keep some of this in the picture because I honestly love the context that we have here. I love that we know that this isn't the lowest that we've gone this week. We've actually we started at our lowest. Haven't been there since. Well, I went from bearish to neutral, so just waiting. Yeah, I would say that's a good way to think about things right here. You probably should have been bearish. I mean, as we were the whole stream, basically. Until about this point. Until you saw me take profits, really. Since then, we should just be sitting on our hands waiting to see, is this an impulse move that we're looking for a lower high on? Or higher low that's going to come down here later on? We don't know. I can't read the future. Neither can you. I wish I could. I'd tell you what the next president's going to be for the next 20 years. I'd tell you what stock's going to go up the most. I'd tell you guys everything. Oh, my power just flickered. Wait, am I back? My power just cut out. I thought it was my Wi-Fi. So I left. And then I came back and I'm here? Huh? Guys, that might be the weirdest flicker of internet / power I've ever seen. My battery backup flicked at the bottom of my screen right here. I mean, you guys can't see it because I have my thumbnail up today finally. Even my desktop icon said no internet access. So I walked away. I came back. And we're live again? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. I never left the stream? What? What did it say on y'all's screen? It didn't say anything? A thing of beauty? It truly is. I just like having good levels, but a lot of my best levels just come from basic context. I don't like to sit up here and act like I'm so smart. Nobody could find these levels unless they came from my brain. Like, no, I think anybody could find this if they thought about it in a certain way. I'm not joking. Like, if you think of the market as like a story or a movie, it's so much easier. Let me shut my door. We'll go over it. So what I mean is, someone name like a famous movie or a show that literally all of us have probably seen. What is like the most famous movie we've all seen? Titanic, probably? You glitched the Matrix again? Yeah, I must have pissed somebody off. Am I actually cutting out? All right, let me unplug and replug my mic in. Elf? Oh, yeah, wait. Elf is very famous. If you're talking about the movie, not the ticker. Step Brothers? Honestly, let's be honest. I think the most popular movie by forced demand is probably the Christmas Story movie. I mean, how many of us is that movie just shoved down our throats around Christmas time after already seeing it 100+ times? The movie? I'm trying to find like a super basic structured idea movie. Something that has a very basic ending. Like in Titanic, everyone dies. Jack doesn't survive. The chick was like, yo, there's not enough room on the door. Get off. You're dead. Right? Everyone knows the ending. So, let's say we're using Titanic as an example. So, let's say, take all history of you knowing the Titanic as well out of your head. Let's say you don't know anything, but you're watching this movie, and you see like everyone's jolly, nothing's going wrong, you're just watching a jolly boat movie at this point. And then you see the iceberg. Pause the movie right there. That's about what it's like when you see short-term confirmations on the market. You're getting context on what is about to possibly happen, right? You probably don't have a 100% on what is going to definitely happen, but you have a very good, strong grip on what is very likely, and that's what we're going for. Not guessing, but educated taking. So, when you see the iceberg, you probably gather some inferences there, and you're like, well, if the boat hits that, it's not going to be looking good for everybody. That's just like the same thing in the market when you're looking for confirmations and you're trying to decide if you want to get in or not. You're gathering context before an outcome has appeared. You're trying to almost guess, hey, is this what it's going to do? But you don't want to guess. You want to find a couple things that give you true confirmation that, yes, this is going to go down or go up. Or, yes, the boat is going to hit the iceberg and sink, and everyone's going to fucking hate going on boats. It's the same thing. You're gathering context to get an outcome that you think is going to happen. But you don't want to just think it's going to happen. You want to find multiple things that you've seen hundreds of times before that will definitely help you get a better probability of it going the direction you think it's going to go. And that's why this system can be applied to anyone's strategy, because it's just context. You'll always hear me say, from today's open, we're bearish, but watch out for this. You know, because it's like, yeah, we have started out watch for sellers, but let's see, are they going to stop here? 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 I don't know. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like I do. But let's say we dumped super heavy. right? We dumped all the way from here to here, and then we start getting a couple green candles. Is that context that we might be going back up, all the way back up to here? Or is that context that we might just be getting some exhaustion and that it probably just needs to trade up for a little bit? It's not really bullish. It's just like, yo, we can't really keep going down. Too much selling too quick. Right? See what I mean? The context can lead to two different outcomes, even if you are saying the same thing. So that's why you got to talk to yourself in a certain way. This is what I'm aiming for next. This is what I'm aiming for next. This is next. This is next. Not 3 levels away, that's what I'm aiming for. Like, why would you skip half the chart? If you're in puts, you think I would be mad that it dumped? No. So I'm not doing it to ego you. I'm talking about it because I want to cover why you should be expecting targets, not let me hold for a $10 move. You know, it's like just not feasible. You're not going to do that over and over again. Home Alone, that is actually a good idea. Home Alone is probably the other, probably most watched popular movie series ever. It's funny you said Home Alone because one of my favorite like groups of like comedians that I watch, Oni Plays, dude. There's a joke where they like a couple of them are really good at doing the Trump voice, and they did a Home Alone skit, and they were like, "I don't like you, Home Alone," and they just kept saying stupid shit about it. It's just so funny. You just triggered like a core memory, like Murder, She Wrote. That's what I said in my trade review. Oh, let me pull that up. And it's also cool because Eric's actually in here live, so I can go over it live with him. Also, shout out to Eric. He didn't make me have to go through my own stream again to find his trade review. He went and found it himself. Ah, yes. SPX 81% return. Great trade, but still need better entries. It seems I am good at weighing probability of charting direction utilizing BB system. If then... Yeah, I don't know what to name it. You see what I'm talking about, though, Eric? It's hard to label this, right? You don't know what to call it either. Look at your fucking sentence. That's a run-on sentence. It's hard for me, too. I don't know what to call this shit. I just keep saying the BB system because it's like I'm saving oxygen doing that. Like, I don't know what to call it. The labels don't matter. Like, I'm just like you right here. I'm like, I don't know what to fucking call it. We opened at a slight gap up, and at open, the bears drove down past previous day close. Very good context there. Making me slightly bearish from the previous day daily doji, overall undecisiveness. I fucking love that you just said that. Because if you go to my trade breakdown in the Levels and Swings channel, I literally talk about what the daily candle is. It's a 50-50 candle relying on the open. What is the context that Eric just gave us from the open? We opened higher, and then we broke back down under that level and another level, previous day close. So we have instant context from the very beginning of the day that we were trying to be bullish, and we gave that shit up quick. Great context there, Eric. Making me slightly bearish from the previous day doji. Good shit. I knew if we did not break CDO, then it would be okay looking for a bearish entry. Watching the 2-minute time frame, I set up a fib from CDO to the slowdown of the price action. So he went from the breakdown to the actual low and then was looking for the higher low of that. Or lower high of that. Sorry, I spoke backwards. I got in at the top of the GP of the retest fib, which is probably the best risk reward you're going to get. And then price action continued the bearish pullback to possibly test CDO. I knew I could still be in the trade as long as we did not break and hold CDO. I fucking love this trade review. Truth be told, it got sketchy a few times, and seeing time decay on my contract concerned me, but there was never a break of CDO, which was the thing keeping us bearish, and the price action squeeze above the GP of the retest fib could have gone any direction. I was happy to see it plummeted in the direction of to the bearish sentiment since open. My plan was to hold PDL and take profit there, but when I saw the bears push past it with conviction, I decided to wait till Monday's control point. Oh, okay. Once we hit that, I started scaling my stop manually and finally got stopped out in good profit. Good shit. I like that you were able to actively control it as well, because I know the other day you were busy with your family, so I'm happy today to hear that you were actually able to just sit there and make sure it worked as much as you could get out of it. Squeezing the The juice is out. Happy with my trade, my reasonings, and my management, but I feel I still need to get better at entries. I don't know, bro. I will say this. You're one of those people that, like, you have these trades where you're, like, untouchable. Like, I really like your yesterday's trade example because it really shows your strengths and your weaknesses. And you really don't have that many weaknesses. I'm going to be honest with you. Your strength is you are really good at reading context and how to take advantage of it. But your weakness is you jump the gun. You did it yesterday, you did it again today. You need to wait for something else to be like, hey, get me in, right? You already covered everything else. So what's the only thing you're missing? Candlestick patterns. You need to be utilizing the weakness of these wicks here. You could have waited a couple more minutes and gotten in. Were you wrong thinking what you were thinking here, though? No, not at all. You were actually spot on by a mile. But you're like Michael burying all these trades. You're right, but you're a little early. So I think you just need to stop yourself. Am I still streaming or what happened? Why does my stream keep bugging out? There it is. But yeah, let me know what you think, Eric. That's my take on your trade review, on your trades recently, because I read almost all of your trades. But I think because you're so confident in your context and you know you're good at it, I think you're jumping the gun a little bit early. Because don't get me wrong, you're not wrong on anything you did here. And the fact that you entered early and still were able to get this out of it is kind of crazy. You just need to move to futures. I mean, you can. I'm just saying you're doing great here. I think you're just not. Like, I think because you know you're most likely right, you're just jumping it. Because you're probably. I do that a lot too. I'll be like, well, I already know this is holding. I'll just get in. I don't give a fuck if I lose $15, profit on that. But you shouldn't take that the wrong way, though, bro. This is a perfect trade. And these were as well. Thank you for the review. Appreciate you, man. No problem, man. Keep it up. I would also say you're probably going to start approaching the same issue I have, which is pacing. Not trading every day. Maybe setting up a chart and preparing something every day that you can. But definitely don't need to be actively looking to trade every day. Give yourself a buffer day, which you could have maybe done that yesterday, but you traded. Today, I would have said, please don't do that today because you need to trade today because today could be a great day. I honestly can't tell you not to do it tomorrow either because tomorrow could be a really good day too. Friday, I don't think I'd trade. You have data coming out Friday. Sorry, I was checking on my dog. There's nothing I care about more than my puppy dog. Fipo, what is up, dude? My bad. I saw your message earlier. He's back. Yay, missed him so much. What is up, Fipo? What is up, you beautiful soul, you? Today we shorted SPY, Fipo. I started stream late. Shorted from about the close of this candle, almost into the open of this candle. Caught most of that, got a little bit of that, and then I got out. And then I had a runner go to here, but I didn't even... It's not like I made $1 million on the runner. I was rushing my entries and exits these last few weeks, and it really hurt me. Been busy so trying to force things. Having patience has really helped me this week. To quote D-Touch, candlestick patterns at key levels. I was just doing key levels and ignoring price acts. That's the thing. Like, you can't just use one or the other. Are they both really good on their own? Yeah, they are. And I think that's why that tricks us sometimes to take them as signals, because it's like, yo, this looks good. Yo, I love this. But in reality, you need to be using both. And if there's ever a situation, and I think this is where some of us get caught in our problems, but whenever we're in a situation where we're between that, when we're not in a situation where it's like, oh, well, this has a good bearish candle at a bearish level or a good bullish candle at a bullish level. I think when we just get one or the other, I think that's when that fucks with some people in here. Because it makes you think, oh, well, I have most of the confirmation I need. I'll just get it now. I'll get in early before I get the move, and I can get more gains. Like, that exact mindset is what's stopping you from getting more gains. It's so counterintuitive, but it helps. Oh. Are we getting another entry here? I'll be honest with you. You kind of already had one happen. You should have been looking here. Because like I said, you're still bearish as long as you're not back above this area. We're under it. We went up, tested it, rejected. So technically the entry already happened. You're late. Unless you're talking about buying the dip, but I would say you need to wait for a better higher low to appear here. They did break a new low. It's all good. I saw the tweets of the White House construction and the 250 mil Trump wants, and I sold PayPal and SAP for Robinhood and Palantir. Sorry, not Palantir, Nvidia. Ooh. Honestly, buying Robinhood is pretty based. Robinhood Enjoyer in 2020, L. Robinhood Enjoyer in 2025, W. Clean previous day low rejecting. Good looks. Took the loss of area back to first target. Area back to first target. You shorted from here to here and lost? Or what are you saying? Gonna wait till hood goes up and then sell for more Nvidia? God, I love how you invest. If any part of your strategy ends with buying more Nvidia, you're probably doing something right. No gains? Oh, okay. Waiting for Nvidia and AMD for announcement. I'm honestly waiting for OpenAI to be like, yeah, we're going to invest in Datadog. We're going to invest in this. We're going to invest in that. I would watch the OpenAI and Datadog rumors. Huge rumors on that. DDOG. 669.49 to 668.40. You shorted from here to here, and that didn't make you any money? It's probably the volatility then, if that's the case, which I guess I'm glad I'm not in that second move. I think people are going to look at this, though. Like, your average Joe is going to look at this and be like, this is the first lower high of the day. No, it's not. Over here is. This is now the second lower high of the day. We got a lower high of a lower high. And if you want to be super anal about this, and I'll draw this on like a naked looking chart first so you can understand it, and then you can do it on your candlesticks. But let's say you have, and you can do this on move up as well. It's not just down. I just showing you down because we had a down day. But let's say we have a big move like this, and then it bounces, and then it goes down more, right? People always ask me, like, where should I be shorting this again, Bueller? Because sometimes it goes up higher than I want it to, and then it comes down. You know, it's like sometimes it doesn't always go to the right level. If you just draw from your high to your low of that first drawdown, you'll see sometimes, yes, price does go over it a little bit. What you should be looking for is zooming down, like if you're on like the 5 minute, go down to the 1 minute and find this. Find when it re-breaks this again. That's what you should be playing, not any second it's above this, I should be shorting it. No. There's no 100% that holds like that. It could literally do this and then break new highs. So that's why you use that 50% level, so it stops you from making those decisions. Because those decisions are stupid. Stupido. I am glad to see the bears just kind of continue in this direction after our breakdown today. And I would also like to bring the reviews into question here. I've been doing a pretty damn good job. I hope you guys have been paying attention. The same area we've been using for direction is still in play to help us out with all-time high, just above us, with target set as well as what can be tested if a pullback happens from that area. So, as you can see, I don't just cover continuation of us going up. I also like to talk about what happens if we break down. Well, let's see. Breaks / lower highs testing under 669.49 and 670.23 can bring pullbacks towards 668.40, 666.82, 665.81. And then I talk about more in case we just have like the most bearish of days. I even gave a TLDR for my people who are too lazy to read. Because this stands for too long, didn't read. And like I said, whoever asked that question earlier, I think it was Bravo, like you were like, where'd you get that level from? You can see here, like I didn't even have it in my game plan, like on the chart itself, because it's not that significant of a level to me. It's not traditional when I draw it. But you can see I literally talked about it in right here, 668.40. This is yesterday before 7 p.m. I do these every day. Make sure you guys are checking those, though. I can't tell you how many times I've had people in chat be like, Bueller, I suck at trading when you're not here. 9 times out of 10, it's because you're not reading that. I don't have to be here for you to succeed. You could literally read the game plan and draw it yourself. I have a pretty good number of you who tell me that. Bueller, when you stream, I'm on fire, but when you're not here, I just can't trade. I just can't think. My brain won't turn on. Make sure you're checking those reviews and charts, guys. I put a lot of work into that channel. Please make sure you're checking it out. And take it serious. Every piece of information I provide in there is serious. I'm not trying to... Guys, this post is satire. I don't actually think we're going to go... I'm not going to fuck with you. I'm not going to gaslight you. I'm not going to joke with you. I'm going to tell you straight up. This is where we're bullish from as long as we're above it. This is where we're bearish from as long as we're below it. Here's our targets. All that good stuff. That's too funny. I could not figure out what TLDR was. Really? I honestly don't use it too much, like on my own vocab, but I've started to see a lot of people say it, and it's a really, really old saying. Or old abbreviation. I don't really even know what to call it. But for the longest time, I didn't even know what it meant. But then I started seeing someone in this video I watched say it, and I was like, what? And then he kept saying it. I was like, what the fuck does this mean? Because in my head, I was coming up with like 3 different things that it could have meant, and none of them were correct. Not one of the things that I thought were too long, didn't read. But yeah, so if you ever are just like one of my lazier viewers, and you know, don't lie, we got a couple of you. People who just like to kind of like check in, you're gonna love reading this. I've been doing these with all my posts recently because I know I like to type a lot, and I type like I talk.
right? If you read these, it sounds like me talking because I literally talk and run on sentences. These are all typed the same way. But yeah, my TLDRs are going to be your big thing. I didn't do it for this. This is what gave me the idea because I do it in every post. I'll still drop it. I just won't type TLDR. So if you want to, you could just jump to the end of my breakdowns. Kind of cheat me out. But yeah. Too long, didn't read. I think that's one of my favorite memes too. Whenever there's like a really big post or like somebody says like a lot of shit, the first comment under it almost always, and it always makes me laugh. It'll be like, sorry this happened to you, or yo, I'm happy for you. You know, this was too long. I didn't read it, but I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened, or you know, it like explains like an array of emotions just so you don't have to give a shit. It's one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things, and I can't even remember it. I really enjoy the long form. I do my chart and then check your post. Nice. I'll be honest, I go through all my stuff first, and then I go through anything excess in the chat. So if you guys post in the chat, I do read it. Like the post charts channel. I almost always see like Garden in there, Letter Buck in there, Alst. He's been kind of kicking ass in there recently. So I do appreciate that when y'all do post, but y'all don't have to post your prep plans all the time. I understand it is a lot of typing. So, good looks. But if you ever see something in line with something you've also covered, feel free to tag me and be like, hey, I also have that. Give me that reinforcement. That upside downside V that you drew is a perfect example of shorting at 11 a.m. versus 11 a.m. EST. Shorting when SPY tested PDL at 11 a.m. would be key level without candlestick. Shorting when SPY tested PDL. Oh, yes. That is correct. I was trying to read that correctly. But yeah, I just know when you do just one or the other, you get an all right trade. But if you get both, 9 times out of 10 you find a really, really good trade. And I know it's so easy to sit up here and be like, guys, patterns with positioning. But like, it's really hard to see in practice, in live. And what's up, Carter? My bad. I didn't read the chat as much. I'm catching up now. Oh, yes, sorry. Good gains. Okay, Gary, that makes more sense. I was like, damn, that contract must have been screwed. But okay, that makes sense. Good shit. And good job, Gary. See, like, this could have been your second trade, Gary. Your other one as like a take some profits, then have a runner. And then this trade could have been like your smaller second trade. But now you've taken 3 technically. Which is like the limit. You should stop. But I know you're just getting reps, but I'm just saying apply that as if it was real. That's how practice should be. It should be very real. My bad. Let me get to Carter, though. He said, took my week off, returned today, took the retest of 670.23 PDL, thought I had 2 cons, sold the 1 on a higher low of the lows to watch it absolutely fly. LOL crazy. Wait, so took my week off, returned today. Oh, I see what you're saying. You thought you had 2, but you just closed out the 1 thinking it was like you were doing it as if it was like a responsible trade. Like, let me get out some here and then I'll take some later as like runners. But then you didn't have the 2, the second one. Ah, that is pretty fucking annoying. But you know what? Your mind was in the right spot. Don't beat yourself up too hard on that. But that is frustrating. I won't take that away from you. That is frustrating. But I'm glad to see you back, Carter. I really am. And I'm also just happy to see, like, not just you, but there's other people in chat, too, who if you ever get frustrated or you're just having a bad time or Maybe you're just bored, I'm happy to see that people are grown up enough and mature enough in here to take a break and not make other people have to worry about that, Like, I worry about you guys regardless, so that's just end of story. But, we don't need to freak people out in chat every time someone needs to take a break. Like, taking a break is perfectly normal, perfectly fine. I would love to treat it as such. If you guys ever need a break, please take it. Don't sit here and keep pushing the limit. Good shit, Eric. Carter. Goddamn. I'm all over the place today. BB system confirming directional probability. If then. Sorry, was still thinking of a title. Trust me, dude. There's no one title. You got to remember too. I started a community and I've like relabeled everything 6 times, so I'm just done labeling things. I'll know what you mean. If you say if this then that, if you say it's conditional, I know what you mean. BB theory. You see my problem though. Coming up with titles is hard. I give props, like I really do. I give props to the person who came up with the title Fair Value Gap, because that's not the original title of what that is. Like, I believe that is a great name for something. Like, I hate ICT, but I think it's a genius marketing thing. Like, it's a genius title. It's hard to come up with a good strategy and then to also come up with a good name for it. Even though every strategy I just named is a copy of a strategy just renamed. But it still proves my point, though. I could come out with my strategy, call it BB system. It'll get like 1,000 people on it, right? Someone comes out with my exact system and labels it something actually good, and it probably brings in hundreds of thousands of people to subscribe. So it's like, labeling things is pretty important. I just suck at it. But I'm okay with that. 19% 2 live trades entered for... Wait, what? Gary is going hard today, bro. Wait, I'm confused. You said 2 live trades. Entered first one too late, got out with a loss on the first one. Back to reps unless something good pops up or a swing presents itself. So wait, what happened to the second one then? Or was that a mistype? Yeah, Eric, you come up with anything, let me know, man. I also just don't like to come up with new titles, to be honest with you, because it's kind of dirty tactics. It's really dirty tactics to come up with the same thing and then just relabel it. Because I could do that to my own community and y'all wouldn't even notice the difference. And maybe some of you would because you're actually paying attention, but most people wouldn't. So if you do notice it, just understand you're not most people. I could come out with the BB system again and label it Crackheadology strat. Let's all follow it. People be like, oh my god, new thing, new click, let's buy it. That's what people do a lot. I've seen people do that with my own strategy. It amazes me. It's funny too? I have some dirt on some people too, but I don't like to cause drama because I can't handle drama. I get too worked up. But there's like 2 different Discord owners who are in my Discord, who started in my Discord as guppies. All they did was take what I showed them, start their own thing, and sell it to other people. Instead of just staying here, reinforcing what's already here and built here, and growing it. It's crazy. And they all labeled it something different. I won't get into all that because, like I said, I don't want to start anything. I don't really want to. But it is pretty crazy. It's a very dirty tactic. People did that in the beginning, too. When there was, like, not that many trading groups. Every trading group relied on one strat. If you were into Ichimoku clouds, you were in an Ichimoku group. If you were into VWAP, you were in a VWAP group. It's not like that anymore. Jid has a song with Eminem since when? I'm not comfortable with no conflict. I've come for the bull. Jesus Christ, dude. How the fuck do people even think like this? Bro, Eminem's brain is so thick. I'm not even the biggest Eminem fan. But that right there is bars. Like old Eminem, I would kill for him. That man has got insane brain. I like your if-then system because it really does help weigh a chart's directional probability. I mean, everything in trading is probability. Nothing is certain. Your system helps the average to gain more understanding of directional moves. Yeah, I think you're right. Because I think the same way. It's like, not everything is 100%. Even when we have everything telling us something is going to be bearish or bullish, right? Like, even those moments are not 100%. So I like that how you put that. Because it is just probabilities, basically. Which is honestly how my whole thing started. If you go back to the very first things that were ever invented in the system were the 40% and 80% entries. Those are literally just labeled that way because of probability in our head. When I see an open range breakout over a good level, I believe that it's about 40% probability that it will continue higher, right? But what happens if I get a break and a retest or 80%? Well, that doubles our probability. That's how I see it. So that's how I like to think about things as probability because there is nothing that's 100%. And there's going to be moments when things are closer to 50-50 than you think, and it's going to cause you to just sit neutral, which is fine. This is an interesting chart, by the way, because we've had a breakdown of the good bullish level. We had a new low, and now we're seeing a retake of the new low. So this actually could be a good liquidity grab for some short-term upside, but you need to have targets. You need to watch for that, and we need to watch for that if they go up more. Not that it has to go anywhere, but I'm just saying in case it does. music, baby, cut it down. Hit a doobie while you doobie a doobie doobie doobie. I'm a bust down. I feel like I'm a bust down. My damn dog. Get in here. How are you doing, Lilith? How is it going in the puppy world? How is life? You get any new leaves today? You any new toys? Hmm? You were just the cutest fucking dog, Lily. You know that? I think you do know it. Oh, man. Dogs are truly the best. You ever having a really shitty day or depressed day, man? Just go fucking hug your dog or something. You don't have a dog? Go to your friend's house. Go hug their dog. Dogs are the best. Give them a good human hug. Really have that dog confused. Gain more understanding. Oh, I already read that. How's the stream so far, by the way, guys? It is already... Damn, it's already 11. Be sure to drop a like if you guys already haven't. I know we started the stream a little bit late today, but to be honest, I'm kind of glad I did. I kind of missed some of the early morning bullshit. And we just jumped right into the meat. We skipped salads and went straight to the prime rib. Bueller wears a t-shirt, professional dog hugger. Dude, I hug the shit out of my dogs. I talk to my dogs like they're humans. I'll be like, you want to go here? You want to go here? Want to do that? Want to do that? And they do understand some of it, though, which is crazy. I'm still hell-bent on the fact that I'm pretty sure this dog knows exactly what I'm saying. Because I was like, yo, don't lick yourself here. You don't want to wear this donut around your neck. It'll piss you off. She didn't do it. She listened. The other day, she likes to beg for food, and she does this barking thing. And I spoil the shit out of her, so of course she's going to do that. But the other day, I was like, hey, don't bark. You can continue to beg. You can have more food from me, but don't bark. That shit is loud and it's obnoxious. Inside the house, at least. And she didn't. She didn't bark another fucking time. She just stared at me all cute and I'd give her another chip. She really likes French fries, too. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'll, like, lick the salt off or I'd knock all the salt off and I give it to her, but she likes French fries. I don't give her too many, but I like to spoil my puppy. She's my puppy. She deserves to be spoiled. I understand they understand more than we give them credit for. Oh, no, they 100% do. I also believe the smaller the dog you have, the smarter it can possibly be. Because I've had big dogs and I've had small dogs. And the big dogs are pretty just simple. I wouldn't say they're dumb. I would just say they're very simple. Whereas your smaller dogs, I swear, man, some of them things got some big brains or something. I join in here. I like to lick the salt off. What's up, Leland? How you doing, brother? My cat loves McDonald's. You have a very base cat, Elias. What's your cat's name? Member for 30 months. Leland. Thank you. Good. Took a trade today. Nice. I did too. I joined late and then took a trade. Now I'm chilling. Good to hear, though, bro. I'm happy. I love seeing you win. I just love seeing your name pop up. Honestly, I was kind of geeking a little bit the other day when you commented in the results channel. Oh, you posted in the results channel. Yeah, when you said this, dude is on one. Dude, I geeked. Yo, what? I'm streaming, Lily. Chill. What? You want the door open? She like looks at me sometimes. She's like, "Why aren't you giving me 110% of your attention? What are you doing? What are you doing, human?" All right, let's get back to the good shit. Like, we don't drop fires on Leland's post. We drop hearts. Let's see here. Is this the one? It is the one. Oh, here's the open. Okay. Yeah, we had the open. We had the breakdown. Nothing but lower highs under that since then. I took my trade around here and then just took it into this. And I got out before the low. But of course, Leland took his famous style trade. He allowed the breakdown to happen. Or he'd slept in. And then it went above it, and it broke back down, giving him liquidity for more downside potentially. And he already has the context that we have gone down already. So this is very possible. This is what we call a lower high retest, otherwise known as the Lee test. And no, it's not like he's just drawing one thing and taking it, but he's focused on the PDL. See how he doesn't have a 6,000 levels on his screen? I mean, I know I do because I'm over here explaining every literal thing to you guys, but he's focused on just the important shit. Snipe. Trading strategies. What'd you link? Oh, you little fucking nerd. I forget this channel exists, dude. And I'm not going to lie. This is probably the most, like, work I've ever put into a single, like, text channel. Every style of trade is in here. I cover the level of confidence you should have. I cover all the little parameters. I even show indicators if you're like one of those people that have to have VWAP or 9 EMA on. Like, it's pretty crazy. Bro, thank you for even linking that. You're too kind. Very sexy trade, by the way. I'm going to add a fire and a goat because that's how I look up to Leland. Good shit, dude. And thank you for just being here. I just love your existence. Her name is Kiki. Her name is Kek. No, I'm kidding. Had to bought some Wagyu earlier, so had to get my money back. Had to get my wallet right, dog. Bought some Wagyu for the wife. What's up, man? How are you in the soon-to-be doing? Leland took the short at 11:10 EST, not 11 a.m. level in positioning, other side of the V. I like how you're on that, Dr. J. I like how you're like explaining it again and again because it's true. Like everything you're covering is super important. Could be taking complete action on that. Lily poo, lily poo, lily poo, lily poo. Lily, you're the cutest dog ever. Why are you looking up at me like that? Enjoying Florida? Love it. I'm glad to hear y'all are good. I'm honestly just glad to see your name. We all love Leland. We all respect Leland. You have as much impact as anyone else in here. Be like Leland, not like Bad Luck Brian. Be like Leland, not like Luigi. Imagine killing an innocent person just for nothing to change and you're in jail. That's Luigi Mangione. Oh, but I'm doing it for healthcare awareness. That dude didn't give a shit about anybody on this planet. I honestly will never forgive that kind of thing. That's so fucked up. People said things got serious ever since Charlie Kirk, but I think things have gotten serious ever since Luigi Mangione. With his stupid ass name. Just killing people has gotten so light. It's just such a light action now for some people. When in reality, it's the heaviest action you can do. It's It's actually insane. Oh, but I'm doing this in honor of healthcare awareness. What? I want to bring light to the system. Brother, we all know the system's broken. We just can't do shit about it. Killing someone isn't going to do anything either. Can we please see a pic of your dog? I can take a new one and send you a more updated one, but there is a few already posted in my chat. Let me go find one. Just so you can get a good look. Oh, I didn't even see his dog. What the hell? Bro, you know you're real when you got a cooler in the back. Is that a cooler? I can't tell. Ooh, that's a good picture. See, that's the kind of cat I would own. I don't really want a cat, but if I had one, I would definitely get a black cat. What the hell is this? What a beast of an animal. I mean, look how big those fucking... My boy's having a tough time with possibly IVDD. What is IVDD? Spinal condition where the shock-absorbing disc between a dog's vertebrae degenerate, causing them to bulge or rupture and press on the spinal cord. Oh, what the fuck? Now I'm depressed. Why am I so late to seeing this? Damn, I'm actually so sorry for this dog. This poor thing. It's pretty cute. It thinks it's a person. Those eyes are crazy looking. Where's this go to? This is my dog. These are really old pictures though. These are like baby Lily. I mean, she's still a baby, but these have like baby fur on them. These are like baby fur. So let me get some new pictures. I'll send them. Yeah, I love my dog. I think I would murder for my dog. Oh, did you hear that? I'll be honest with you. She really, really loves... She loves laying on, like, tile. She loves, like, when we go outside and she gets hot, she loves coming inside, and it doesn't matter where. She'll just plop down on the floor. Everything up, just stomach on the ground. She loves the cold tile. And she's very well-mannered, very disciplined. I fucking love it. And we've done no, like, training. We've just done personal training here. I don't pay for that bullshit. If you don't have time to train your own dog, you don't have time to own a dog. Shouldn't own a dog if you can't have the time to train it yourself. Where the hell's my phone? My God, I took the exact same shit as the king himself. That's a good double confirmation, Carter. The retest of 670.23 in the 5-minute was a bearish engulfing for more confirmation. Oh, yeah, it was. Oh, wait, I guess it wasn't. If you're talking about this one. We didn't get the higher high, but I know what you're saying. Getting that open and then getting that lower close is kind of a big deal. Oh, wait, you might... Unless you're talking about this. This was almost a bearish engulfing, if we're being anal about it, but I'm on full agreement with you. Again, just providing more continuation for, hey, there's a good pattern popping up here. Hey, we're breaking down. I'm supposed to be getting new pictures for Jennifer. It's funny because on my new phone, my entire photo album is just Lily. My phone background, like when I unlock it or have it locked still, it's her as a baby, and then I unlock it and it's her more grown up. I think I'm also, my mom told me this the other day, I'm like pouring a lot of love into this dog because I had a dog that I was like mad in love with and it died. And that was like a couple years ago. And I was so depressed. And since then, we've had one dog and she's very like antisocial. So it really fucks with me because I can't like, you can't cuddle with her, you can't hug her, you can't do none of that because she's just her own dog. She just wants to do whatever she's doing. And whatever, I respect it. But Lily's not like that. Lily will play fetch. Lily will swim. Lily will annoy you till you play with her. It's the dog I needed. It's very easy for me to get depressed, so I needed a dog like Lily. And I don't like to talk about that stuff because it's just like, I think it's kind of cringe to use your like depression or things to make people feel bad for you. It's just stupid. You should just find things that fix it. Like getting a dog. Getting a dog makes me so much happier. Okay, Gary, now you're making sense. I saw your message in Discord. I was wondering what the hell. Oh my god, Leland just posted my favorite dog that he owns. This is my favorite Leland dog. I'm gonna send this one picture of my dog because it'll show you the where they shaved her to cut to like do the surgery. All right, I sent 3 pictures, Jennifer. Oh wait, I don't know why I'm telling you. I can just pull it up on stream. There she is, laying on my bed, probably while I'm being productive, and she's not. There she is again. Oh my god. Cutest fucking thing. And then there's both my dogs. And there's my uncle in the background. Rest in peace. Lily, Faith. Faith, Lily. This is one of my favorite pictures of her. I won't lie, I do miss her baby fur. I do miss her baby fur a lot. She has the coolest fur, though. She's got, like, the curliest hair for a dog. She looks so kind. She's the most kind. She's literally just the most precious thing ever. I've never owned a dog like this. I've never owned a dog where in the first 6 months of owning it, I'm like, this is my favorite dog ever. I've never had a dog like that. Yes, Bravo, we have. I will break this down for you though, Bravo, and I already covered it once earlier. I'm glad to bring it up again though. The fact that we had a loss and retake of this level though is a very good sign that buyers can potentially begin their process of consolidating. So if you see a high or low hold here, you could be looking for a good move into lunchtime or even end of day. If they were to break this again, that would kind of just delete everything I just told you. And it's back on pace with what we've seen all day. But yes, you're correct so far. We have just kind of staircase down. But I would like to point that out because that is pretty big. This could be seen as a liquidity grab, trying to provide energy to go back up. Do you guys have any pets? Jennifer, you got anything? I don't want to just talk about me. I want to talk about you guys too. Oh, here we can see Leland's other pets. Him and his I keep calling her your wife. I'm just gonna call it that. Your wife. Bro, what is this dog doing? This dog's vibing. This dog is on another type of vibe. Wait, is this one my favorite or is it this one? Leland, I don't even remember anymore. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Honestly, though, all his dogs are pretty chill. Look at them, dude. This one's in the middle like, why the fuck am I here? Luna. That is a very... Dude, that is weird that you just said that. My mom and me talked about if I got a second dog, a second Lily, what would I name it? And I said it needs to start with L, and we said Luna. We both said Luna. I shit you not. I talked about a second dog I don't even own yet, and I named it Luna. That is crazy you have a dog named Luna. If you're in my Discord, feel free to share a picture in here. You don't have to be a member to... Like, you don't have to pay me to be in this channel. Actually, to be honest with you, most channels are free. Some of them are blocked off for just members to pay attention to, but like all the off-topic channels, I'm pretty sure are all open. Join for Monopoly? Actually kind of based. I never saw this, but I would have clicked on this. Oh, there's my J not being key-binded. I have to do a capital J every time I type the letter J. So if you see that, there's the lore. Oh, Tylenol, because of what Trump said. The analysis, the setup, the entry, the result. So true. Jesus, this I work to buy monsters. I buy monsters so I can work. It's the circle of life. But yeah, if you guys got pictures of your pets, feel free to share. I guess I'll post my trade review. I haven't been posting all my trade reviews, but it's because I do all of my posting in my own channel, so then I forget to like repeat post it to where people who aren't subscribed see it. But I don't give a shit enough. I don't like to sit up here and be like, look guys, this is why I'm great, this is why you should join my community. Like, it's kind of cringe. Join my community if you want. I'm not proving shit to you. Fuck, what time did I exit? I normally remember just off the candles. 9:33. So somewhere in that candle, actually. I'll just highlight it. Oh, Carter, you beat me. You beat me. Is this the 9 EMA or VWAP? or 8 EMA. Nine EMA. Okay. You actually took a very high probability trade. I'm happy Leland linked this because this is actually very similar to what you just did. Right here actually. Yeah, this is it. Level of confidence out of 100, 80% if you're taking the retest, a little less if you're doing the open range breakout after the retest. What I mean by that is like you get the breakdown, you get the rejection here. You should have high confidence in that because you have good risk reward. If you're wrong, it's very obvious. You can get out with no issues. And then if you're entering the open range breakout after the retest for the new low, then probably a little less probability, not by a lot, and a little bit more risk because you have more room for above. So you actually took a super high probability trade. You have an initial breakout entry for both directions above. Now it is time to see a retest entry. This entry tends to follow after a level breaks and a weak opposite reaction fails to sway price action to hold. This could be buyers going up with low volume. This could be sellers going down with low volume. Good shit. But that's what that is. Wait, let me link it. Wow, really good movement on that contract. 22 on that is crazy. What is 2200 divided by 62? 35, bro, that's crazy good. That's like almost 36%. That's really good. I got less than like 35% today. You got more than me. Justin, would you happen to know what that smell is? It's like rotten milk. It smells worse than weed. Appreciate the feedback. No problem, bro. Sorry, I walked away for a second. That was a really good trade, though. And honestly, you kind of make me want to start turning my EMA back on just to kind of show people how much easier trading can be. I think I took the training wheels off because I wanted to show people you can do it without. But, I mean, pretty much... let's do this on a new chart so I don't fuck everything up. Me and the devil. Alright, so here's today's open. Here's previous day close. Let's just focus on that for now. So, oh, I guess I could draw the other level. Low to high, get the halfway point. But that doesn't really do much because it's just surrounding the other levels. So, Get your notebooks out, guys, if you're still in here. But essentially, like, this area here as a whole could have been seen as, like, if we go above this from the open, we're good. If we see any loss or weakness of this, we probably will see a pullback. And it's very similar to our main game plan here. We just have a more calculated area drawn out. But this is like part 1. This is like a part 2 of a drop. Part 3 is trying to hold it a little bit more. So it's a little bit different. But I just want to show you the super basics of this, right? So today's open is the main level that decides our short-term direction for the day, right? If we're under the 50% of the previous day, that adds on to it, right? Any other notable level, previous day high, previous day low, pre-market, previous day low, previous day close, it doesn't matter. Another notable level happens, it's a good thing to add on top of it. So what can we take away from this? Not only do we have lower highs, we have bearish candles under good levels, and we have everything under the 9 EMA as before it's even broken down. Like, literally ever since, like, these few candles here, I would say that is 100% been since we've been bearish, right? So anything else from this is really good. So if you go, like, from this high to this low, and then you go to the 1 minute and you look for, I guess we could just do it. I won't just say it. I'll just do it. You go to the 1 minute and you look for the same thing as what happened right here, right? You saw what I looked at on the 5 minute? 9 EMA, under good levels, good bearish candles. Looks like it's going to dump. Go to the 1 minute. Same thing here. We did our drawdown. So from our drawdown, we had an impulse move go from here to here. And then price settled, and then price came back down. And then you got the exact same trade entries right here. It happened again right here. So there's actually been 3 bearish retests today that were very passive, very strong, and could have been taken advantage of. You could even argue that there's one in here, but I don't like to talk about the first leg down because you want to take a retest of the first leg down. Yeah, so if you're like just going over basic levels, like you could still do it without the EMAs. But I do like when I see some of you have the EMAs on because I do believe it makes things a lot easier. Like, what's the shame thing about? What's the shame in that? There is none. Making something easier. There's no shame in that. But yeah, so just small little quick breakdown like that. Good area of control. Didn't have it pretty much all day. I won't lie, it was pretty easy to be bearish today. So if you guys have any problems with that or you had any issues, please feel free to share them. Plenty of people in my group share their problems and mistakes and difficulties and things they stress about. And we do our best to alleviate them through processes. We don't tell you, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that, because there's not just one simple answer for stuff like that. It takes time, it takes muscle memory, it takes routine. You're not just going to fix a mistake overnight. Does an alcoholic go sober overnight? No. So how is someone that's making all these mistakes repeatedly going to also grow overnight? They're not. It takes time. It takes routine. It takes muscle memory. Thank you guys, by the way, again for 20 likes. We have continuously been destroying our goal. So thank you guys again. 3 days in a row. And on Monday or Tuesday, y'all had like 40 likes on something. I think it was Monday, wasn't it? Bro, Monday's stream was long as fuck. Yeah, 6 hours, 40 minutes. Over 400 views. You guys broke over 40 likes. Like, I'm so blessed for the Monday stream. New low of day, by the way, guys. And yeah, Carter and anybody else who uses indicators for their like other extra confirmations. The only 2 indicators I think I'll ever agree with are middle VWAP and your 8 or 9 EMA. Anything else I don't see as something that can be truly helpful because I haven't backtested it myself. I've backtested middle VWAP way too much, 9 EMA, 8 EMA way too much. They're the best short-term extra confirmations, but don't just rely on them. You need to find other things first and then be like, all right, where's that at? Like, that's like the last thing I'm checking. If I happen to see that, it's great. But it's definitely not the first thing we're looking for. Well, I need a break of the 9 EMA. No, you don't. You need a break of today's open, previous day close. Then you need a lower high under the 9 EMA. It's not the same. People who take just break retakes off EMAs will lose a lot of trades. Yeah, VWAP without the bands. You just want that middle line. Also, something about VWAP that a lot of people don't know, that even people that use it, VWAP can only be used for that session. It's not like you can use VWAP information from yesterday to help you today. VWAP resets every day because it goes off of that day's data. If you put on the EMAs, you tend to get more confused or overwhelmed. That's same for me. That's the same for me. Like when it comes to day trades, I don't turn it on. It can be kind of chill to watch here and there. And I'm totally cool with people using them, but I'm the same way. For some reason, I just get overwhelmed. But then on the daily, it doesn't hurt me at all. I don't understand. I think I'm just special. Got a bit of autism. It's funny too. I have like so many really old, and I'm not trying to sound weird when I say this, but at the same time I am. I have really old videos on like how to correctly use the EMA strat for swings and how to even abuse them for day trading and scalping. And I've had posts on this in my Discord for years. I've had videos of this for years. Nobody talked about this. All of a sudden, 2 years later, everybody's using the 9 and 21. Everybody's using EMAs now. It's like, okay. So I will say we were ahead of our time. I would also like to give credit to Stephen Bigelow. This man was way ahead of his time. This man was so smart. And at the time, he was the only person on the internet I saw using a similar strategy to mine. And he made so much more sense of it. I was like, holy shit. Like, our strategy was almost the exact same thing. The only difference was a couple EMAs, but he did everything we do. We're looking for good candlestick patterns with good spots, and EMA confirmation is just like the last thing on our list. But he made it very clear that like Japanese rice traders, like how well they abused and took advantage of basic price action patterns. So far, we are holding Mondays open. Good looks. I didn't even know that. That's probably a good thing to remind yourself of, too. Of the week, where are we? We're still above some of the week's price action. I would like to point out that this white level here is pretty important. If we break down more, from the gap up from Friday to Monday, that's what this is, the 50%. So keep that in mind if we do see that. Also remember, guys, beginning of the week, we went through 2 targets, almost made it to a third in the second day. So us having one little pullback day honestly isn't the worst thing. But yeah, good point though. We're kind of back to square one of the week. But yeah, so watch out for 66581. This is probably more important, but I wanted to draw this level too. I think this is just that. Yeah, this is the second target we had set for the week. We just never hit it because we started over it. So if we keep pulling back, you're kind of looking to see if that breaks. And if it does, you're definitely looking to see if we test the 50% of the gap up from this day's close to this day's open. The SPX gap aligns with the daily 9 EMA. Jesus. That's scary how that lines up. You're scaring me, Dr. J. Doctor. Can you guys believe Dr. J's not even a real doctor? Like, what is this, Dr. Mario? If I asked you to perform open heart surgery, could you even do it? He said not even a PhD. Whoa. 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 Guys, we're down 1% on the day. Yeah, I could do it. Successfully, though? Yeah, see? Good question. See, you caught me. Is the gap filled? It's just about. As I typed in the Discord just now, good thing we were bearish all day. I would also like to go over what didn't happen. We talked about the break and retake here, potentially giving buyers a chance of giving a higher low here. What candles appeared here? Bearish, bearish, bearish. So no bulls even showed any effort to try and hold that. Good thing we were bearish all damn day. Bro, we came from 673. This is why when I post my levels, I have to zoom out like this to show you levels that are really far from current price, because we can have days like this. My plan goes all the way to 660 for the day, in case we have a big enough dump. But they need to break that. They need to break that. I'll be honest with you. That's probably really close to low of day. If we... I'd be surprised if we go more. Sorry, I had to type in chat for a second. %, it's a Trump tweet. I don't know. It could be crude oil. I didn't see what time that came out. I thought that was an hour ago, though. I could be wrong.
Is my boy Matty Ice still here? Yo, round of applause for T Streets, guys. Good shit, T Streets. Round of applause to you, bro. You deserve it. Good shit. Make sure to post your trade reviews, guys. Please don't be weird. Please post your reviews. Please help others learn in the group. Spread that love. Spread that information. Spread that leadership that you have deep inside you. I'm so fucking different now. Alright, I've never asked this on stream, but do we have any people who are 420 users? We got any smokers in here? I don't judge you if you don't. I don't judge you if you do. I just gotta know if there's any 420 friendly individuals out here. Thanks, my man, all with your help. Bro, why do you all say that? You all say this. Thanks, man, all with your help. Brother, you did it all. I'm just some goofy streamer. You did it, not me. You. No, you. No, you. No, you. You guys are really... You guys are honestly a little too kind when you guys say that stuff. And I do take it to heart because I do appreciate you for even thinking to say that. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, you're 90% of the reason you got that trade, not me. You can sit here and say, yeah, but you helped me with the strategy and the templates and all that. But you got to remember, like, what I am teaching you is breadcrumbs. You're the one who has to pick it up and make it a sandwich. I'm giving you crumbs. You know, and you could sit here and be like, oh, but your call-outs help and this helps and that helps. Like, it's still 90% you guys. And I need you to understand that because you need to understand the ability is from within you. The ability to succeed, the ability to go out and get yours, that is within you, not me. I can enforce it. I can draw it out of you. I can make it glow. I can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. But you're the one at the end of the day who's having to do it. I truly mean that, guys. I am the one streamer and trader who will tell you, you are 100% of the reason why you're succeeding, not me. You do not need to rely on anything I say or do. You can allow it to help you, but you guys at the end of the day are the one who are actually having to do things. By the way, Elias, every time I see your fucking picture, I think this is Flamesy from Vitality. I don't know why. If I found out there was a professional Counter-Strike player as a viewer of mine, I would actually freak the fuck out. This is a manipulated drop in my opinion. The news is that Trump is considering a trade policy. Oh my god. Let me tell you guys about the China trade war. The first one. It never ended. The entire time, it never ended. In Trump's first term. Because you got to remember, I first started all my trading before Trump's first term. We were around before Trump was president. It's an old pic. Is it you? It literally looks like Flamesy from Vitality. I don't know if you even know who the hell that is. But I'm not joking. Every time I look at it, it literally looks like a professional gamer. Does he have a fucking Twitter? Damn, he does. Yeah, it looks... The picture from afar looks just like this guy. This guy's really goofy, by the way. He's really funny. That's funny. From sources? Now, you're probably right.
I forgot I'm not supposed to leave it on stream settings or y'all can hack my thing. Someone needs to tell me, by the way, what this does. It says schedule your live to switch to members only. Does that mean the stream or the channel? You suck at Counter-Strike, so it couldn't be you. Oh, that's right. You're the Valorant guy. See, that's why I talk about that stuff, so I could remember something about you. I need to do this more. I kind of like having this chat up on the main screen so I can read y'all. I know it kind of sucks for y'all having to see the same screen twice, but maybe if I do it like that. I kind of like reading you on the same screen. Feels like I'm here actually talking to you. Did y'all see what Tobias just posted? That's actually fucking hilarious. He put doesn't join stream, make plays like these. Shorted here, bought here. He's referring to what I just talked about. Because I like to sometimes get on to everybody, but I mean this in a good way. It's like, you guys just got to pay attention. Bro, holy shit, that moved a lot. The Beyond party stopped? Oh, holy shit, it did. Also at a 75% trade, bought a put at the lower high at 9 a.m. PST and sold on the massive drop. What is 9 a.m. PST? Is that 11 my time? You're 2 hours behind me, I think. On SPY, right? Let's see. Oh my god, it's bugging out. Oh, okay, good. I went straight to this lower high to be like, all right, is this around 11 o'clock? It better be. This man better not have entered like this, you know, or this, you know. What exact candle did you enter on? Or is this the exact candle you entered on? 9 a.m. 5 minute. And sold on the massive drop. Yeah, I don't blame you for selling during that. Yeah, I be honest with you, when you see moves like that, you will literally have to be the dumbest person on the planet to not even at least trim your position, let alone sell all of it, you know? Like, you're watching a generational move happen. Plus, I don't think people truly understand what that means. Like, why your option's moving so quickly because of a drop that fast. Like, yes, it's because of the obvious. But I don't think people understand the math behind it. Like, it can't even calculate itself correctly. It almost goes to an unrealistic number sometimes, your contract pricing, because the quotes are trying to calculate out what are the expectations of this move based on some different things. Gamma strike, I mean, the gamma is, of course, going to be boosting its ass off. Delta is going to be moving, so the calculation for that is also going to be pretty volatile. So sometimes you end up hitting a price on a contract that probably shouldn't even have been hit just because of the pacing of that move. Right after that candle formed at 9 a.m. PST. Okay. So literally this candle. Damn, I'm honestly pretty proud of you. I bet, now, tell me this, and be honest, Be dead ass with us right now. When you saw this candle, and this candle, and even this candle, right, all three of these, because I was also talking about these as they appeared, saying, oh, okay, well, it looks like they are still weak as fuck, even though this is an area they could try to hold. But no move from this to break this doesn't give us confidence that buyers are present yet. Nothing really gave us confidence. You could say this candle was, but instantly right after. Just kidding, you know? So pretty much nothing visually should have thrown you off. But that's why I'm asking. Did any of these three throw you off or make you feel more confident or make you feel less confident? What did you see or feel when you saw these? By the way, great job on your trade. What was it again? 75%. Very nice. Was still confident my stop was above the previous high. Okay, good. Visually, when you see these, you should still be confident in when you're in a downside move. Those top wicks are very good signs for you. Seeing 3 like that is kind of crazy, that quick. It's a lot of like sellers retaking candles over and over and over again. The 3 candles you circled all touched the 5-minute 9 EMA and were rejected. Is that true? I added 9 EMA after you said you liked it, and it's been magically. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it's a cheat code, but you have to use it with the levels. If you just, it's like patterns with positioning. If you just do one without the other, you're kind of fucking yourself. So, I think it just creates higher probability situations. Sometimes you'll sit there and you'll miss trades, but I truly believe it helps keep your win rate up. And when it comes to swings, I don't think you have to have the greatest win rate. You could literally use me as an example, right? We went from like a almost 70% win rate to a just over 50% win rate, but our profitability was 35%. Now it's a little over 22%. Like you could still make money even when you're not winning a lot. You have to control your losses correctly and let some of your winners run, not all of them. I think if you were to sit there and apply the theoretical, but you should let all winners run, I don't think that's the case. I don't think you should let all winners run. There's some cases where you should just take your profits, reset, move on to the next setup. I forgot what I was even saying. I fucking went off on another tangent. But yeah. But yeah, 9 EMA is like a cheat code. But like I said, you can't use it alone. Like in this instance, let's go to a different chart. I'm going to mark a couple downside targets. I'm not going to mark a bunch of levels. And then I'll mark the one that we had in the stream. Oh my god, I suck. Right as I had it on 04, it went to 05. Oh my god, dude. I'm clicking too quick. Stop doing that. I swear, man, I am like the worst person when it comes to like doing things a little too quick. Like, I swear. I just need to slow the fuck down and I'll be fine. By the way, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I need to start selling my soul out more when I do these streams. I literally never promote myself. I'm so bad at that. I am actually the worst streamer in streamer history. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the stream. Make sure you guys hit the join button. It is only $4.99 a month to join my YouTube premium bullshit, which you get access to, honestly, kind of a shit ton of stuff. I don't even want to sit here. It's a little overwhelming, if anything. It's almost like 200 videos just in that membership shit. But I would 100% check out these latest ones. You could see here just on the first page, my last 8 videos are just members-only videos. Some of these are cut from stream, but I do that a lot because it's genuinely kind of impossible to go through this stream and be like, yeah, I'm going to review your stream from Monday, bro. All right, yeah, have fun with that, man. Have fun looking at 6, almost 7 hours of shit. Like, it's impossible. So I like to kind of recut some of the important shit, or sometimes I record some new material that's just kind of repeated information. Because again, some of this stuff is again just reiterations of things we've talked about for years now. But it's nice to have those refreshers. But yeah, so definitely look at signing up if you can. And yeah, there we go. Let me fix my tab so I can hear you guys again. Or see you guys again. No, you. All right. Put you guys right here in your little corner. It's Mikey! Oh, my dog thought I was talking to her. I use those levels more for exits than entries. Yeah, honestly, like... Alright, let's get back to what I was showing everybody. Like, these levels should be like targets, right? When you're looking at these. I think sometimes it's confusing to someone who's like new, or maybe they're returning and they don't really understand everything still. But like, you know how we talk about like the today's open is a directional level? Like we use that to go up or down. And then the PDCP is the same thing, also known as the previous day control point, also known as the previous day 50%. And guys, when I'm drawing these fibs, can we all please remember that this is nothing special? Like, we're literally just drawing math that we don't feel like doing in our heads or doing out loud. It's all this is doing for us. It's just doing math for us. It's like a calculator. We're getting our calculator out. Basically, we're just getting the low to the high. It's getting our previous day 50%. And then here's our today's open. Everybody knows in my chat, we use these two levels for direction. Meaning if we're above the area of them, and sometimes they're not close like this. Sometimes you'll have one fucking like right here, and then you'll have one like way down here. Like here's previous day control point, here's the day's open. Maybe we gapped up really big. You know, like some days we just have really weird looking setups. But we know that if we are under this, we have room to this. If we're above this and holding, we have room to this. Like we know these are the key points. But it's not just one or the other. They're very universal. They're directional. And then to make it clear, like when we're looking at levels like this, right? At this point in time, these are just targets, right? You shouldn't be looking at when this gets here to be thinking about, let me buy the dip. Let the dip happen first, and then think about it. Like, let that high or low appear, right? It can happen anywhere. It's not always going to perfectly appear above the level. Sometimes it might stop right just above it, right just below it. What you need to be focused on is the low to the high of that first move that went up, if it actually does anything, right? If it just went up and rejected, I mean, there's not much more you need to do there. You know, if anything, you're just waiting for midterm retest here to appear, Lee test, the lower high to appear, right? But sometimes it does go back up and retake. Sometimes it goes up to this and reject. Sometimes it goes to here. And in that case, no matter what it does, no matter where, low to high of that move is important, because it's the first move back up from its initial breakdown. It's an impulse move. It's the next thing. So you're focused on, ding, 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 the 50%, which that's crazy that lines up with that randomly, but not what I was going for. And then you're deciding direction from here, a directional level, right? So it's kind of nice to know the difference between, oh, these are levels I'm using for direction, and yes, these are levels you can use for direction once you get the price action, but from here, using the context because we're here, these are just targets, right? Can we get to this level? That'd be a good... This would be a good natural target. To get this far is a little crazy to say that in one session. So it is a little crazy that we did all of this in, like, what? 3.5 hours? 3.5, about 3 hours, actually. What is this candle? 11:30? Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours on the dot, actually. It took 3 hours to make that amount of movement. You realize 672 to 664 is not normal, right? Moving $8 is not normal. We were down at 1% at one point. That's pretty crazy.
What a good spy bear today. Been busy at work. Sadly, didn't trade. Yeah, a lot of us have been waiting to see if this area here, 670.23 to 660.49. A lot of us have been wondering about this area, if it would ever break. And we got our question answered today. Look, we had the arrows on our chart all day. Now we can sit here and look all cool because we had the arrows going the right way. I don't like to leave the arrows on, though, because sometimes it can throw people off, but it was so basic today. I was like, might as well. I would like to point out, though, anybody who is already shorting from here, this was considered as a little early in terms of like how you should wait for it, but it was very reasonable. It made sense. Why is that? Because you already had a high made. We had lower highs from those highs that were made, and then you had more under a good level. So it wasn't just random. It was actually kind of a reasonable lower high for anybody who was already shorting before that. Just wanted to let y'all know that in case you might take that personal and think I'm saying you traded early. No, you actually did fine. You're a killer. Hello, hello. What's up, dude? Just chilling, man. You know me. Chilling like a villain. Feel free to ask questions or say whatever you guys want. We are approaching the time of day where I'm starting to not give as much of an F. Very awesome day, though. Tomorrow's SPY all-time high. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. I would like to point that out, though. If you go to the bigger time frame, I mean, we really haven't gone anywhere. It's kind of wild. Like, I know when we're zoomed in, it's like, oh my god, dude, what a fucking great bearish day. And it was from the open. I have to say from the open because that's really all it was bearish from. You know, to say that this is the top is a stretch, but now is finally the first time I think someone could say the top could be in, and I would actually be like, yeah, that's pretty reasonable, because we finally have a lower high. We have a lower high. And what else do we have under that lower potential lower high? A bearish pattern. I'm a little interested to see how this day closes due to some of this movement being from Trump just now. But technically, he was the reason that we had this day. So, he could be the reason that we start having more lower highs appear. I just don't like to talk like that because technically we're still holding bullish levels. But now when people start saying it, it's like, okay, that's not a bad TA, actually. Did he release that news just to fill the gap? Who really fucking knows? Because if you think about it, that's all that really happened. From open, bearish, filled gap. No real breakdown of anything. And if we're looking back at the areas that were actually bearish from, it's the 50% of this candle and the bottom of this candle. Sorry, I was brain farting for a second. Yeah. The fact that this area didn't break, kind of a big deal. So that keeps us bullish in terms of like bigger time frame, macro side of things. But when you zoom in, you can definitely see, okay, well, this is actually the first time we've had a high and a lower high. We had a high, slowed down, new high was made. Retested that high, kept going. Price came down, got bought back up. We had a little bit of a buffer candle on a gap up. No lower high, though. Continuation up. Then we had that candle. This is the first time we've actually seen a lower high since... Jesus, I honestly can't even find one. Like one that didn't have follow through. That's kind of nuts. Like that was almost one, then they gap up through it. I dead ass cannot find one. This is all the way back in April. This is the first real lower high I've seen since
Dude, Jesus. Like, you could argue this is maybe one, but not really. Yeah, we haven't really seen lower highs since here. Like a true lower high. You could kind of argue that that is one, but it didn't have follow through. That's a little creepy. Yeah, so since March, April of this year, we haven't seen a true lower high. This is the first one. Not trying to scare anybody, but this is actually the first time where it's like, okay, I could see us consolidating. Now, I think when people hear me say consolidating, they're like, oh, God, we're going to have a bunch of boring days. But that's not what I mean. I mean, we could have a lot of range movement between here and here now. If we don't get the obvious all-time highs coming after it holds this dip by. Because if it does that, that's what it should do. But it ranging between here would be not as foreseen. So it breaking this, going down eventually. But this isn't a bad range if we do end up doing that. Swing traders are going to be pissed. I won't, because I know how to look at rotating sectors. So we can look at, like the other day when we swung UPS and Target, like we were just looking at different sectors. Because it's like, well, tech's a little volatile right now. I don't know if it's going to continue up. Okay, well, let's look at something that can continue up or continue down. Something that needs to be rotated into from the tech's, indecisiveness. Trump needs to call me and let me know before he talks. Yeah, for real. Give me some personal text, something. Oh, in my chat, most people did get out of this. And just to be clear, I did not call that out. That was all people from the chat working together. There was like 4 or 5 people in chat who got like shares and got options on it. They let it run and then they got out. I think a lot of my chat's targets there were like 5 and 6. So I think a lot of my chat was out. So I think they're good. I don't 100% know though. Not everybody posts their reviews because we're all lazy. So I don't know if we'll get to see all of that. But there's so much history of people talking about Beyond in here in the last few days. I was kind of impressed because Miker hasn't been around in a while. That's who this is. Fud King Awesome. This is Miker, M-I-K-R. He's been around forever. Actually, how long has he been in this chat? Let's see. He's been here for freaking ever. Yeah, June 28th, 2020. So he's been here over 5 years. He was one of the people that calling out that. And he was like, he bought like 1,000 shares at like 96 cents. And brought up every part of the trade in here. I was kind of proud of him. No, you're good, Gary. You're good. You're good, man. You're actually one of the better people about it, honestly. I'm not even complaining at the people who don't, because I don't do it all the time. I'm not going to sit here and act like we're fucking robots that need to be doing it every single time. I mean, we should. But fuck, we're human. You can be lazy a little bit. Just don't be too lazy. You can only be the maximum amount of lazy. Or minimum, I guess is what I should have said. I think I'm going to end the stream soon. But if anybody has any questions or remarks or anything to throw out into the stream, please feel free to. Of course, unless it's like some just weird, super toxic message, please keep it to yourself. Also, did anyone investigate to see if this does what I think it does? Does this switch the whole stream or just this live chat, this like messaging chat to just members? That'd be a very interesting option on why they added that, but nothing else. God, we really charted the shit out of this chart today, didn't we? I guess we do that every stream. But we really charted the hell out of this chart today. But yeah, let me know, guys. I'm going to end the stream soon, so let me know if you guys have any questions or anything else you want to say or anything you want to get out. I think I covered all the reviews already. There weren't much, but there were some really good quality posts. I'm pretty sure I missed one of yours one day, actually, Gary. Wait, did I miss this by Garden? I did miss this. I always leave reactions. How did I leave one on this but not this? I don't think I saw this one either. What the hell? That candle with the arrow almost got me in calls, but I didn't like that it was below current day open. Waited until we took... By the way, if there's ever like a situation where Devontae gets cloned and the other clone is evil and I have to kill one of them, I'm going to just have both of them text me a message or like write something out. The one that doesn't type with every single first letter of every word capitalized is the one I'm shooting. He's done this since the beginning of time. Devontae has never not typed a message with every first letter capitalized. It's actually like aesthetically pleasing, which is weird. Like it's kind of nice to read it like that. But yeah, if I ever see a clone of him that's evil, I know which one to shoot. Waited until we took open and the 9 EMA to enter. Oh, see, he has the 9 EMA with it too. See, all my OGs know. My target was going to be the first Fib extension. How long has he been in here? 2020, bro. We got another 5-year person in here. Telling you, bro. It's actually a fire post. Bought a call as we broke above the inside bar for the push towards current day high. Overnight gap. 0.1. 62%. What? An almost 30-minute trade? How did I not see this? Bought a call as we broke above the inside bar for the push towards current day high / the overnight gap. I can picture that pretty well in my head, actually. Wait, you took a 90% entry and I didn't even fucking notice? What day is this? 10/16. What? What time zone are you in? My time zone? Is Garden in here? Yo, Maddie, be ready soon, bro. Be ready soon. I just wanted to see if you were alive. Be ready. Is Garden in here? Please tell me Garden is in here. Garden deserves some glaze. Plus, I just want to get down to the bottom of this. EST. Okay, thank you. That makes a lot more sense. So now that means I'm looking at the wrong part of the chart. I was like, it's either this one, but that didn't make any sense. I was like, so it had to be down here. So I was like, she has to be not in my time zone. Yeah, okay, this makes a lot more sense. Okay, so this is like 11:15 to about, what? Like 10:42? I mean, 11:42. Wait, what? Am I on the wrong day? Wait, why is my brain hurting right now? Rip, I just got to the greenhouse. Got to get some cleanup done. Probably be on later. Fucking son of a... All right, Batman. Well, you have fun. Be safe out there. Make sure to hydrate, bro. I don't know what the weather's like up there. Yeah, hydrate. And yeah, bro, be on later, bro. I need you if I'm gonna play Conquest. I don't like playing Conquest, but I don't mind it if I play with Andrew and Maddie, because that was not so bad. Cold man, 48. Oh, never mind. Fuck, you need to stay warm. What am I talking about? Hydrate, bro. Like talking like you're in Texas. All right, I need to get down to the bottom of this. 'Cause I'm tripping balls. I must be on the wrong day. But this was posted 10/16. I doubt you would. What am I missing here? I don't know what I'm missing here, Garden. I think I'm just stupid. Like your chart makes sense, but I don't know why I can't like recreate what I'm seeing here. Is that not this day? Yeah, it can't be this day. You're looking back, but I'm on my phone and slow. Okay. I just wanted to recreate it because it's honestly like the fundamentals behind that trade. I really want to cover that for the stream. It's like a really, really, really good trade. I don't know why I can't fucking recreate it. Why can I not find it? Because I got to 11:15 on 10/16, and that's not right. Yeah, 11:15 is this. That's not right. Either way, though, what I wanted to cover though is I like that you got it above an IB for a push towards like its current day high, meaning it was already probably below its high, so it had to work back up. And then it was kind of cool. You already had targets from the overnight gap, kind of just sitting there. So you had like a couple different types of levels just sitting all around you, and you used them like perfectly. But I really like that you entered aggressively. I love this because you should. A retake of levels like that is crazy. Like it should go up. How much? We don't know. But it should go up after that. Plus, you had some good targets here. Previous day open. You had a start of a fib here. Or end of a fib, I guess. Some good targets from your fib. And you took it so far. I think that's what I was impressed by. You took it for like almost 30 minutes. That's like a really, really good hold. Also, very nice gain. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find it. You're good, though. If you're busy, don't even worry about it. We'll get it later. We'll get that ish later. I'm genuinely trying to find that, though, because it's kind of clean. Like, it feels like it's this day. Like, it feels like this is what I'm supposed to be looking at. But this is the 15th. That says 16. No questions. Thanks for the great stream. No problem. Check the 15th. I think it is the 15th. I think it's this move. Oh wait, no, it can't be. I'm fucking stupid. It has to be 11:15. I have no clue. Like, what? If someone else could find this, I'd be impressed. Unless your times are lying to me. No? Like, it feels like it's this. Like, this is what you got. Or, like, something like that. But I can't find it. And then also, I go to the chart. I don't know which IB we're talking about. You've seen member only on public streams, so that is a feature? Oh, okay. I also... Maybe I should have tried that. That's pretty smart. I should have checked other YouTube streams. To see if that's a thing. Actually, wait, I have seen it on... This is the only other YouTube stream I recommend to people. Just because he is a grinder. This guy. I think his is on member only. Yeah. So that is what that is. But yeah, this guy's pretty cool. I haven't watched him in forever, but man, if I ever like went away and never came back, that's who I would shove all of you into. I would just be like, yeah, you should all just go to this guy's community. Cheap. Actually pretty helpful. It's a little bit overwhelming, but it's a pretty awesome stream, and he's down to earth. He even makes his own music. It's pretty funny. Alright, I do need to clean up this other chart. There's a lot to look at here now. So when we look at it tomorrow, it's not so bad. That's why I just marked this level, because I wanted to keep it clean. It's almost a little bit too much to look at when there's that many. See, that's not as bad to look at now. And all I did was remove 2 things. You could probably even delete this level, but I wanted to keep it since it was part of the plan. Good job, though, Arrows. You did great. You did great. You done good, kid. You done good. I can't figure it out. I'll check later on my computer and send it to you. No problem. I mean, I don't even really need it. I was just honestly confused why I couldn't find it. But maybe I'm just stupid and I did see it. But either way, you did really good on this. Really good outcome. Really good entry. And really, really good reasoning. I really like that you had different types of targets too. You had like the current day high already sitting above you, and then you had overnight gap levels sitting there for you too. And I didn't leave a fire emoji, so I was just like, why? Why did I not? Good job though. Good shit. I'm never not proud of Garden or Mikey or Tobias or Alst or Grassfed or Eric or Dividend. God, there's a lot of people I'm proud of in here. Leland, of course. D-Touch, of course. Carter, of course. How dare I not see that 60% gain? All right. Well, guys, if we don't have any questions, I think I'm going to end it there. I do appreciate all the likes on the stream. Let me pull this over here so I can see how many we even got today, because I can't see. 23. Thank you, guys. So I appreciate that. Thank you for all the comments, questions, conversations. Honestly, those are probably my favorite part of the stream. It is fun catching trades and talking about stuff with each other, but it's honestly fun just conversating with everybody here. What's today, Wednesday? Thanks, always appreciate your view. No problem. Honestly, I like reading them because it helps me too. It's like I'm getting a good rep when I'm reading someone else's trade review, and it's like, oh, wow, they followed the system like kind of perfectly. So I can learn from this. You know, it's like you're trading things in the right direction, or you see a liquidity grab like what you did, the 90%. You know, that's a big deal. By the way, just for lore on why I say liquidity grab and 90%, is because before I knew liquidity grabs existed, because again, I'm one of those guys that don't watch a lot of other people's content. I don't really know what's out there because I just don't care. I just want to learn for myself and learn from what I see, learn from the pattern recognition. And me and Leland one day, it was actually Leland, but I started seeing it a shit ton after him. But he studied the shit out of this. He was like, bro, in short, I mean, he didn't say it like this, but bro, when a really good level breaks and it gets like a retake, like it retakes the level, going back up above it, it provides like a lot of fuel for it to go up more. You know, and we didn't know liquidity grabs existed. We were like, bro, what should we call this? Because it's really certain whenever it happens. So, you know, kind of like how the probability thing with the 40, the 80% entry, we were like, bro, we should call this the 90% entry. You know, so that was the whole lore behind that. So if you ever hear me explain both names or say both names, it's because they're the same thing. We just didn't know they existed, but I always like to give credit because it's not like I invented them. It's not like Leland invented them. We found them. We're like, oh shit, this happens a lot. And we noticed it happens at like pretty big levels too. Like you see how like this, like even this, it happened today even. You see how this was the area we're kind of using to go up or down? We have early signs of bears here. So we have context that yes, this can go down. It did go down, right? Now you have context that it did go down. Bears are very present, right? So it going up and slightly breaking this, and then the very next leg down, making a new low, how is that possible? How is it able to go lower? If this was balanced 50-50 buyers and sellers, shouldn't it have stopped here? That kind of shows us that it's not balanced. There's way more sellers here. So that means if it ever does come back up, it should be another lower high. It's always good context. Super basic shit. But at the same time, you put it together and it can be very, very powerful. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the breakdowns this week. Monday was a stupidly long stream, but we had a lot of fun. Tuesday was not bad either. More explaining than trading yesterday. A lot of swing closing. And then today, just a good scalp. I got a good scalp call out. A bunch of people in chat were calling out. Woots had already called out IWM before I was even streaming. You guys were already calling out SPY and stuff, so good shit is what I'm trying to say. Good teamwork. Love you guys. I will see you guys later on. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, see you later. Make sure to join the Discord and check out some of the interactions or conversations. Engage. And price is still heading down, so bears have still not really gone away. So keep that in mind. You do have one more level down here that we technically have planned out. 660 is way down here, but just keep this level in mind for sure. 663.40. Well, I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Can't appreciate you guys enough. Seriously, it's undeniable how fucking awesome everybody is in this community. So see you guys later on.